Democrats from Jessica Tarlov to James Carville are in a complete panic over Kamala Harris crashing. Their senses they're losing. This is all good news for us. This should be a very happy day for you. I'm happy because I'm John Mike Keene.
Only thing I feel is the election's coming November 5th. And I'm scared to death, and I'll get a time to, obviously.
You're not in a reflective mood.
Not in a particular reflective mood right now. I'm very concerned about
what does Harris need to do with the month left?
Even the rattlesnake, James Carville, is terrified. And the Democrats are seeing their whole campaign fall apart on them.
Top Democratic politicians and operatives tell us the vital states of Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania are getting tougher for Vice President Harris.
Blue wall crumbles. The blue wall crumbles. The blue wall is falling. Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania are in play for Trump. And if he gets Pennsylvania, he wins.
I mean, he has beautiful eyelashes, but JD Vance looks like he's wearing eyeliner most of the time.
That's Jessica Tarlov making a terrible sexist statement that men can't wear eyeliner. She's making fun of JD Vance for looking like his thick eyelashes look like he's wearing eyeliner. Is she making fun of men, of trans men who might want to wear eyeliner? How dare she? And she even thinks it's so silly and stupid that a man would wear makeup. She thinks it's so terrible and immoral that she's impugning JD Vance's character for looking like he might be a man who wears makeup. She should be fired. She should be sent to human resources over at Fox for doing such a sexually insensitive thing. These are the kind of people that cause men who wear makeup to commit suicide. She's what's wrong with them. You have to send her to human resources right now, and she should be canceled out of public life if we're going to live by your rules. And if you're not going to live by your rules, then don't ever think of projecting them onto us ever again. Jessica Tarlov.
You are correct. The premise of your question, Jesse, we like being scared. We run better when we're scared. This is our comfort state. And I'm thankful to be in this position versus your red wave.
Looking at the bright side of Democrats being terrified because they're losing. Republicans are happy warriors. Democrats are glum, sour, negative people.
She has to convert people to voting for her. She has to get those moderate Republicans. But Donald Trump needs to be on the Joe Rogan circuit or the Andrew Schultz circuit to get people who don't typically show.
That's just because Kamala Harris has a large base, right, of Democrats. And Trump, only a certain number of Republicans will come over to Trump, because Kamala Harris has higher percentage of Democrats. We're going to go into those numbers in a second. Where Trump wins is by going into the middle. He's getting voters that either don't vote, the forgotten man. He's doing fine by going after independents and not just lazily going after Republicans.
And that's a steeper challenge. That's my honest answer. I think you like it. You're making the good face.
I just can't argue with it because I don't want to.
Okay, great. So
I'll handle it.
Okay, so for all
Greg,
of
will you take this one for me?
She's wearing him down. I just thought that moment was funny, so I left it in the show.
She's wearing me down.
For all of the good news that there has been for Trump, and it definitely has felt like a vibe shift this week, he still only gained 0.3 points in the polls, and Nate Silver was tweeting about that today. And
the vibe shift she's talking about, I've noticed that too. So I look into all Democrat sources, and they went from being kind of happy to, within the last week, it's settling in on the Kamala Harris campaign, a kind of panic, a kind of we're doing it wrong. It's not changing in our direction. They tried the media blitz this weekend where Kamala Harris went on The View and went on Howard Stern and did the 60 Minutes thing. It backfired. None of it worked. It did not put a dent in the polls, which they're trying to turn it around.
They also found that Kamala has support from 93% of Democrats, but Donald Trump only has support from 80% of Republicans.
That's actually a compliment. The Republicans, the rhinos that are peeling away from Trump, he's gaining more independents than he's losing the Republican rhinos. Because a Republican that goes and votes for Kamala, you're a communist. I don't care if you put an R by your name.
That this is the chance to put the final nail in the coffin so that you don't have Donald Trump on the ballot again.
Whoa, Jessica Tarlov said nail in the coffin. I thought we were done with that kind of dangerous rhetoric. I can't believe she would call for that kind of rhetoric, nail in the coffin talk. Jessica Tarlov, you need to be sent to human resources and fired. Perhaps even we need to have some kind of a police investigation in that kind of rhetoric, since we're going to start monitoring speech and monitoring violent rhetoric. Of course, MSNBC and all the pro-censorship Hillary Clinton and John Kerry and Bill Gates and Kamala Harris, they never mean going after you. You're safe because you're a Democrat. They're only going to go after Republicans and say that everything that we say is misinformation and dangerous. But that in and of itself is because you guys are dangerous, liars, and you hate free speech. I'm John Mike Keene.